past lives right now, they're going away. And not for good. They're reinventing. That's what's going to happen. Reinventing that story. Letting it free. Feel into that for a moment. Feel in, and we'll put a little music to this. We'll kind of do a Merabh sort of thing. Not just one or two past lives, but for most of you, 1,000 plus. You're kind of turning from a physical mass, a body, a mind, kind of turning into gas, becoming vaporous. They're loosening up is what they're doing. That's happening right now. Right here, right now. Not back then. There's no back then. It's happening right now. Their stories are opening and expanding, letting go. It is a thing of such beauty, incredible beauty, if you could see it from where I see it. 1,000 lifetimes, highly structured energy, highly defined. 1,000 lifetimes of memories, of deaths and births, of identities, of lovers, of diseases, of battles, of joys with moments with families and friends, of being in nature, of developing the human biology and the human mind. 1,000 lifetimes of that. And now it's kind of like it's not shattering, it's a letting go, dissolving away into fragments, dissolving into sparkles. That's happening right now. Not someplace else, but right here. Yeah, there's a sadness in a way. And there's a joy and a liberation that's occurring at the same time. Your stories, your stories that you were invested in and they were invested in. Stories of beauty. But as this kind of release takes place, that's what frees it to go to wisdom. No, when it's locked in, overly defined, then it's not available to wisdom, but now it's dissolving away. And it's like if you could imagine a book, a beautiful printed book. I think you still have those on earth. The stories of my lifetimes. I was printed, used ink and paper. And every time you picked up the book and read it, same words, no matter how many times you read it, same words on the same page in the same order, all carefully defined. But now what's happening is those letters that were printed on the pages are starting to fade, starting to go away. The pages are no longer clearly defined by page 1, 2, 3, and 4. The pages are kind of going away. Even the title of the book, the cover illustration, is fading away. There's that fear. It's going into nothing. It's going out of existence. What's happening? I got to recollect all these parts and pieces. I got to put the pages back together. Then you realize, no. What's happening is it's loosening up. Letting go of the old structure. And in doing so, the wisdom becomes available. But in doing so, every story can be rewritten. Every story can be refelt, re-experienced, no longer so highly defined. It was never meant that it was supposed to stay intact in place forever and ever. No. Oh, the original book, pages, ink on the paper, yes, there will always be a resonance, always a remembrance, but now it's shifting. It's going into a different realm where it can be reimagined in any way. A story of a lifetime where you were a slave, a servant, no freedom whatsoever, not even the freedom to think on your own. A story in that lifetime where you were beholden to others for every little thing, and where you died young because there was no medical care. They didn't care, so there was no care. You died, 18 years old. Terrible story. And that's going away. It can be redefined, but not in the old way of building old human identities. Never go back and say, well, instead of being a slave, I'm going to be the boss. I'm going to have slaves. No, it's too human. Never saying, well, instead of dying young, I met the love of my life and we lived happily ever after. No, that's too human. It's too limited still. That story is being redefined in multidimensional levels. It doesn't have to be the old story of the human suffering, of birth and death and taxes. It's all changing, but at levels that, you see, even this human right here could not have understood. You would have just rewritten the story to make a little nicer ending. But, well, as the song that was played before I came in said, we're going out of the land of blue. Stories don't have to be blue anymore. And there's a tendency to say, yes, we'll redefine the story. We're just going to make blue a little brighter. Or not at all. We're going out of blue. And that's all happening without you having to manage it. It's all happening so that it can happen in this lifetime also. Right here, right now. If it wasn't for you, for what you're doing here in this lifetime, none of the rest of this would be happening. But it's not because you're managing it, dictating it. It's because you're allowing it. And when you allowed in this lifetime, it sent out an echo through the crystal and resonance field that says you can too. To all the past lives, you can too. And they are. They are dissolving. You are dissolving. Not going away, but imagining in a new way of light. Light is imagination. Imagining in the light, beyond. Let's take a deep breath with that. Yes, what you're doing here is the catalyst for each and every other lifetime. And yes, they're wondering what the hell is happening. The ones that were buried in the ground, so many of your lifetimes were, they're turning in their graves. Those are the ones, by the way, that have the most difficult times because some of their energies and their identity is sealed in the earth. They're having a tougher time with letting go. But they will. And, in the new or reimagined identity of that lifetime, I'll tell you one thing, it's not going to choose to be put in a box and buried underground. It's going to reimagine death itself. Take a deep breath, and I ask you to feel all this that's going on in all of those lifetimes and in this one. No, you're not going to reimagine yourself back in the land of blue with just a little bit bigger blue house, a little bit more blue money. No, not at all. You'll always remember blue. There'll There'll always be that energetic imprint, but right now, it goes so far beyond. What I'll say is this: what's happening right now is beyond even the human word phenomenal. There's not a human word to express what's happening. And please don't try to manage it as this human. Allow it as the master. View it as the master. You begin to understand what's going on. View it from the master's perspective. Of release and transformation, but not just back into blue, but into all of the hues, all of the colors. Take a good deep breath. I believe in the lyrics on that song, it also said, we don't fight the blue. No, it's no fighting it. It's acknowledging it. It's also choosing, I want to go beyond, but it's not fighting. Fighting, would just get you more stuck in it. Fighting acknowledges it. Fighting sets up a duality. You don't fight it. You know that you know. You're already beyond. That's it. And then you allow the experience. You don't judge it. You don't say, I shouldn't be feeling this way. I should be feeling that way. You take a deep breath and you allow, and then everything flows. And what emerges from all this are not just 1,000 lifetimes reshaped back into blue. It's 1,000 lifetimes of color, of rainbows. And every lifetime that is allowing itself to be dissolved right now just does not recreate into one different lifetime. Maybe outside of the land of blue, doesn't recreate into just one lifetime. It creates into many. Many. 1,000 past lives becomes 10,000, 100,000, and 1,000,000. Each with their own individual expressions and their own beauty, but each part of the wholeness of that lifetime. That's called multidimensional. We go beyond thinking just in linear terms and ratios of 1 to 1 or anything like that. No, every lifetime that's dissolving right now expresses itself in 10, 100, or 1,000 different lifetimes or more. And that's the beauty of what's going on. That's why I wanted to sit today and just feel and allow. And stop trying to think your way through all this. Allow the master in for a moment. Well, the master's already here. Feel yourself as the master, perceiving and watching all this happening. Allow the emotions that you have as the human and the master. The master is a master of emotions. Doesn't try to block them out. Because emotions are a way of sensing. Had no other beings in all the cosmos. They don't have like a human does. No, your emotions are special. The master allows the emotions, allows the dissolution of the lifetimes, allows the wisdom. That's what's happening right now.